going today? You know, as I look out amongst this crowd, I got to tell you, this has been a very interesting little journey through public policy. I'll tell you just real quick, and I'll keep it short. Most of you, if you lived in my district, you probably tried to vote against me twice, once in the morning and once at night. Maybe 3 times, okay? The people who came to meet me last year came from 2 different persuasions on this issue of fracking. Folks from the industry would come and they wore nice suits, they had cowboy boots on a lot of times. I got to tell you, we got along pretty well. I wore my cowboy boots, I don't have them on today, but they knew they were Lucchese's, they knew all the places I would hang out in Texas. They looked like folks that would show up to my trap shoot, we would have a great afternoon. And then folks who were against fracking, they would come into my office. A lot of them looked like a lot of you folks. Didn't look like they were members of my base. But as a responsible legislator, I left wondering who the hell's lying to me. Because the 2 sides are so diametrically opposed. And as a responsible legislator, I said, you know what, this is too important to screw up. I have got to go down to Pennsylvania, and I have got to see this firsthand. That's exactly what I went to Pennsylvania, and when you go into the offices in the Senate, I need you to talk to my colleagues at least, and make sure that you realize that you got to speak from the corner in which they will understand. I want you to talk about sportsmen. I want you to talk about private property rights. I want you to talk about farmers. And I want you to talk about the multi-billion-dollar industry that has used loopholes and driven through them with the Mack truck. When I went to Pennsylvania, I met farmers. I met one woman who had 11 cows that freshened. You all know what that means? I have babies. Okay? Out of the 11, she pulled out 8 dead baby cows. And I grew up on a farm. That's not good. In fact, they didn't even drink the fracking fluid directly. They were contaminated by eating grass that was far away from the spill. I saw that firsthand. Then I met a family that had a piece of property for 3 generations. They've been swimming and fishing in that pond for 3 generations. They've had clean water for 3 generations. They put up a fracking platform. They had a diesel spill. That pond is now destroyed for as long as we can know. That piece of property has been devalued by 90%. And when they were able to light their water on fire, which really was the least of their worries, when they did the testing and found out what was in their water, the industry came back and said what they always say in Pennsylvania, it's naturally occurring. Because they test before to be good neighbors, but they don't test for what's in the fracking fluid. And then you have private property owners that are forced to sue a multi-billion-dollar industry. I got to tell you, it's because of things like this, that in Pennsylvania, it's members of the Tea Party, yes, the Tea Party, that are trying to hold this industry accountable. I can tell you from what I've seen, and I need you to get that message back to my colleagues in the Senate. Because I believe that if we lay out the red carpet and we allow the loopholes that have been allowed in other states, we're going to have Republican senators 5 years from now, they're going to wish to hell they didn't lay out that red carpet to this industry that will not hold itself accountable.